Welcome to today's video. This is our Sinking Funds Saturday video where we are going to take all of the money that we got from our Transfer Tuesday video that we did last Tuesday, and we are going to take that money and we are going to give it a name. So we're going to go put that in the right sinking funds. We're going to go pay off our bills or our debts, whatever we're going to do with that money according to our goals. That's what we're going to apply it towards our goals today. If you are wondering what sinking funds are or how to get started with those, I have a whole video about sinking funds for beginners. I'll link that here and you can go watch that. But for now, let's go put all of our money from our Transfer Tuesday into the correct sinking funds.
Hi, I'm Megan with Bethel Budgets. I'm here because it's more than just math. At some point, you've probably built a budget. You've laid out your income, you've laid out your expenses, and thought it's simple math. I'll just stick to what's on the paper. But then life happened and your budget didn't work out. The reason? Because it's more than just math. That's where I come in. Let's figure this out together. Don't give up. You've got this.
So just real quick, sinking funds are anytime you are saving up money over time to reach a goal. My favorite example is Christmas. You know Christmas is coming and Christmas is a big expense that would completely mess up your monthly budget. If you didn't save up for Christmas over time, you wouldn't have enough money to pay for Christmas and you risk potentially going into debt or dipping into your savings. So what you want to do is you want to figure out what your budget is for Christmas. Say it's $1,200. You're going to save $1,200 over the course of a year. So you're going to put away $100 a month into that sinking fund, your Christmas sinking fund. You're going to put $100 every month for 12 months until you get $1,200, and then you have your Christmas budget. So that's how sinking funds work. I have two kinds of sinking funds that I apply money to. I have what I call my lump sum sinking funds, which are sinking funds that I use within a year. So I'm putting money in and taking money out within a year. So like Christmas, it has a due date and it's coming and it's in this year. So I've got Christmas, I've got personal property tax. This is where I put my kids' birthdays, other holidays, things like that we know are coming within a year. Then I have my long-term sinking funds. So the kids' cars or a someday vacation that I want to go on, college for the kids, things like that are longer term or maybe larger funds that I'm trying to save up for. Those are on a separate, so I've got two tabs in my spreadsheet and those are saved in my money market account instead of my high yield savings. So those are the two types of sinking funds that I apply money to. I've got my lump sum sinking funds, which come in and out throughout the year, and my long-term sinking funds, which are longer term or larger goals. Okay, before we can apply our money anywhere, we need to review our goals. So on the screen here, you can see my priorities list for extra income. Whenever I'm starting somebody out with a budget, one of the first things I ask is, what are your goals? First goal should always be, do you have an emergency fund? You have to get yourself an emergency fund because it strengthens all of your other things that you're trying to do. It'll keep you out of debt. It'll keep you from having to put money on a credit card or dip into your savings. It strengthens your other sinking funds. I've got a video about that too that you can go watch. But so your first thing is always an emergency fund. Second, always is debt payoff. You need to get out of debt. That money that you're paying to other people, you could be paying to yourself. So after you have your emergency fund, you're paying off your debt, you can put anything else you want in that list. On my list, I have sinking funds. That's the next thing I always apply my money to. Kids' cars and college are other things that I'm working on. Big vacation, these are some examples. I just tend to stick to the sinking funds because my two tabs for my sinking funds list, as you will see in a minute, are pretty extensive, and that covers all of my goals. All of my goals are just in those sinking funds list. It tracks what I'm saving for and how much I have saved for each and everything that I'm ever saving for. But it's important to track your progress for any extra income you get. Say you make a different level of income every week. Your typical paycheck could be anywhere between $1,000 and $1,500. So you want to budget for that $1,000 a week. And then anything extra you get, you're going to come to this list and apply it towards your goals. So you're going to budget for the lowest average amount that you make, so that you don't budget for more than you will get. You don't want to budget for the $1,500 and then be out of luck when you don't get $1,500. So you budget for the lowest average, and then when you get extra money, you're not going to blow it per se. You're going to come and look at your goals list, which is right here on the screen, your priorities list for extra income, and you're going to apply that extra income regularly towards your goals. And this is how you track it. So on the screen, this was my last month's Transfer Tuesday. So today I'm going to put in this month's Transfer Tuesday. And I have $2,873.04 to transfer this month. I am very excited. Some of that was some reimbursements for work. We had our tax refund in there. It was an extra big month for reimbursements from work because we had some travel and just credit card rewards points, all kinds of things that I've been saving for. And I'm a squirrel. I was hiding money for myself again. So you can see that in my Transfer Tuesday video. I'll explain all about that. But now we review our goals. So our first was our emergency fund. And my goals, if you watch my emergency fund update video, we had been slammed this year. We need a bathroom remodel, a basement remodel. So our basement flooded, our bathroom, like the wall, it's just apparently there was a leak behind the wall. So we need a bathroom remodel, new phone, all these different things happened. And I explained it in that video, but we decided to kind of revamp our goals. So our goals are that anything that I planned in our monthly budget to put towards our sinking funds will still go towards our sinking funds. So that's first goal. The second one is everything extra and above that we were going to put towards the bathroom remodel, because I'm tired of living with one bathroom. That is our top priority right now. So that is the fund we're going to fund first. And we actually fully funded that last month. So now we're going to move on to the third goal, which is the basement remodel fund. So we're going to finish funding that. Sometimes I have to take a left turn from these goals for our sinking fund Saturday videos. If we have an upcoming due date for one of our sinking funds and our sinking fund isn't met, I might take some of that money from that basement fund and put it towards that first. But I'll explain that when we get to the sinking fund tracker. So for now, we've got our date, how much extra income we made, and if you can see over here on the right, this is now keeping track of how much extra income we get to apply for the whole year. So far this year, this is how much money we've saved and applied towards our goals, instead of letting this money just disappear into thin air because we weren't tracking. So our emergency fund is met. We're gonna go to our sinking funds next. So all of this is going to go to our various sinking funds. So that's where we'll be applying that. Now I can go to my lump sum sinking funds tab. So this is my lump sum sinking fund spreadsheet. Over here is my quite extensive list of sinking funds. I used to, anything that was over $100 would mess up my monthly budget. So I would put it on this list. Anything that happened yearly, I'd put it on this list. Then it got to be some things that were happening yearly that maybe weren't $100, like this Nintendo. I kept thinking my husband was buying video games, and he wasn't. It was just the yearly subscription. But for our piece, that more than just math piece of this, for our piece together, I decided to start putting that in here. And $25 is not going to mess up my monthly budget, but it wasn't worth fighting about. So I put it in here so I would always know that it was coming and I'd always have that money. So that's how I do my sinking funds. And then it's got the month that it's due. Some of these have already switched over to 2025. I don't switch over and use a new spreadsheet for half of the year. I just keep this spreadsheet, and then in December, I'll revamp, go to a new spreadsheet, and reapply starting balances and all of that. This tells how much the needed balance is for each item. The starting balance, this would have come over from the year before. How much is left to save in each category, what's the current balance, how many months till due is based on today's date and the due date, and then the monthly amount that I need to save. Then in these columns over here, As I'm using money out of them, I put that in the negative column. And as I'm adding money to it, I put it in the positive column. So we're focused on April right now. So we're going to start putting our money from our Transfer Tuesday into the categories. So I have, what did I say? $2,873.04. So I want to start with a few specific sinking funds. I had some people donate that were very, very generous, and I'm so thankful. I want to take care of those first. So I had a friend watching my last Sinking Fund Saturday video where I mentioned that my spa day was a want, not a need. And she was like, oh no, go to the spa. And she sent me $50. So I'm going to apply that where she intended that to go. So I'm putting that $50 into the spa, and thank you so much for that spa day. I will really, really enjoy that when I get to go. And then the other, I'm gonna scroll down here to Budget Babes events. I had 2 donors buy coffees, and so that was $100.71. And what that does is this will go to my Budget Babes events, which is when I take new people out for coffee and I talk with them about what are your budgeting struggles, what are your budgeting goals, what are your financial goals, what's going on in your life, and I help set them up with a budget. I set them up with a debt digging plan over the course of a couple coffees. We get them all the way set up. I hold their hand through the whole process, and then I invite them to come to the budgeting parties that we have once a month, where they can come and get all the support they need. So once a month we sit, this group of ladies and I, we call ourselves the Budget Babes, we sit and we build our budgets together, and we talk about our goals and what did we struggle with last month, and we toss around ideas and we help each other out. And it's just this really beautiful community that we've built, and throughout the week we're texting each other and holding each other accountable throughout the whole month. And it's just been such a blessing to be a part of this. And so what these coffees will do is, I don't make any money doing this. It's just something that I do because it brings me joy to help other people out, and I love this community. But this allows me, instead of me paying for their coffee, now I have this fund where you guys are paying for their coffee. So if that's something you want to be part of, the Buy Me a Coffee link is in the description box below. You can jump on that and help me take other babes out to coffee and get them started and change their family's financial legacy. So that's what that is for. So let's see how we're doing. $100.71, and then minus 50. Okay. So we've got $2,722.33 left to apply, and we're gonna start with the. It was $681 that I originally planned to move to my sinking funds. Now, if you watch my budget closeout, that sunk down to $500.34, but because I have extra money to transfer, I'm going back up to my $681. So normally in a good year, these sinking funds are all met, and I've kept up with them, but we've had a rough year and we've had to pull from sinking funds when we normally wouldn't have to. So what I'm gonna do is start from the month that is coming up next. So we're in April. I'm gonna make sure our May things are met. So if I come down here to May, that's a want, not a need, house clean. So these are fully funded. Costco I don't need to worry about, because that, we got a refund for that. That's met. All of these are fully funded. Wait, oh, that's Amazon, okay. Funded. Famcation is fully funded, but we bought a new tent, so that came out of that fund, but it was fully funded. We've just started using some of that to prepare for our trip. Youth camp is fully funded. This looks like it's not because of the deposit. Cow is a want, not a need right now. Anniversary, we decided we're going to just go out to a regular dinner, not do anything fancy. Okay. So here we go. We need to fund some things for June. So we'll start with June. And I said $681. So $58.77 is the current balance, and it needs to be 75, so I need to put in $16.23 to fully fund that. Okay, Duolingo, that's coming out in June, $59.99 to fully fund that. Father's Day, that's another holiday that is in my sinking funds. George, Google Nest, those are fully funded. I'm just gonna work my way down and fund some of these Fresh Time vitamin sale. So if I select all of these down in the bottom right hand corner, it'll show me I'm at $626.36. So I have $54.64 left to apply. I'll click that in school clothes for July. So that gives us our whole 681. Okay. Just make sure I'm on track. Okay, we still have $2,041.33 left. Now, I've got family vacation and Christmas. Those are the two that I would take left turns for. So Christmas, still have 7 months. And then family vacation, where is that? That would be in July. Where's family vacation? So if I have $2,041.33, I'll put half of that. I'm gonna go over to my long-term savings tab. And so finish the basement, oh look at that, it's already selected. Finish the basement is our next big goal that we wanna work on. But I do have a lot of sinking funds that still need some money put into them. So I'm gonna take half of this money and put it into our next big goal for finishing the basement. Because we actually have, I think we might have found somebody to come finish the basement. They're coming tomorrow to look at the basement. That would be really, really nice if we would have our basement mudded and taped very soon. So that'll give us a head start on that. And then I will take, we'll put $613 here. $407.62. My next big one is Christmas gifts to stay on track. So that gives us $176.14 left. Do we have any sinking funds coming up? That would be huge. So what I'm looking for is something that we're off track, that this $232, that's a big number to have to put into next month's sinking funds. This $272 is also a big number, but it's school clothes, so I don't really have to do that. In July, we have uniforms. We can purchase those slowly as needed if we need to. I think I'm gonna put this $176 into car insurance premiums, $176.14, and that'll do it for our sinking funds. Let's just select all of this and make sure that totals up. Oh, there it is. That's our total. 38 plus 2066, $2,873.04. That's exactly what we were trying to, right? Yes, that's exactly what we were trying to apply to our sinking funds today. So I feel really good about this. We've got all of our sinking funds fully funded all the way through June and most of the way through July. So we will be able to, if I add all of this July, things that are due in July, that's $944, and over the next 2 months we will be able to fully fund those. So we'll still be on track, especially if we have another couple of really good Transfer Tuesdays. I'm very pleased. I'm happy. I'm excited. And we've got money for Budget Babes, and I get to start going, I'll get to do something at the spa. It's a good day. If you're not tracking your sinking funds, you should be. I am very close to having my sinking funds trackers and my debt trackers and my priorities list for extra income, my budget, all of those documents up very, very soon. I've filmed all the videos and I'm working on the listings right now. So those should be up very soon. I will let you all know as soon as those are up. so that you can start using the same trackers that I am if you would like to. Otherwise, a piece of paper and a pencil works just fine. Tune in a couple of days to watch our May monthly budget video. Just keep going with your monthly budget, keep tracking your expenses, keep going. You've got this.